Hi everyone, welcome back to my garden. It's Ann at Martin House Flowers. In today's video, I'm taking you along on a little afternoon trip to a nursery that was recommended by one of my subscribers. Thank you so much, Debbie, for recommending this place. So we're at the Winding Creek Nursery and Garden Center in Millbrook, Illinois. This is a nursery that's just about 6 minutes away from another nursery that we visited together, Redbud Creek Farm and Nursery, in just outside of Sandwich, Illinois. And it was a nice 45-minute drive from where we live, and we were in search of a fruit tree today. That earlier shot I showed you of our cherry tree, it has suffered from what I believe is gum mosaic, which is basically sap bleeding from a canker in the trunk of the tree. And typically it's not fatal, but in our case, the tree certainly died. And it's such a shame because we actually got some fruit from it. So after a lot of research, we decided we wanted to get a peach tree because peach trees are self-pollinating. We already have 2 pear trees and 2 cherry trees. So this peach tree we felt was a good addition. And we are in northern Illinois, and there are a few varieties, and the first one that's highly recommended on Google is a Reliance peach tree. So this is what we found here, and it was extremely healthy, so we decided to go ahead and purchase it. Then we had the fun time of looking around at all of the great shrubs and plants and ornaments, and we came close to buying a few things, but we're very proud of ourselves. We stayed focused and just bought our peach tree, and then also stopped for lunch in Sandwich at the Train that was recommended also by my subscriber. This place was called the Bull Moose Grill, and it was very unique eating inside an old train car. Highly recommend it. I had a wonderful Cobb salad, and my stepdaughter had one of their famous mac and cheese dishes. Just as we were heading through the Four Corners in Sandwich, Illinois, we came across this antique mall and decided to pop in, saying we'd only give ourselves 10 minutes because we needed to get home to plant this tree. So we love looking at antiques and typically don't buy very much, but my stepdaughter is really into this older furniture. She loves stained glass. This was her favorite room in the antique mall. And I loved looking at all of their blue and white. I almost purchased this Mark Twain mug, but knew I didn't need another mug. I like looking at old mason jars, gardening tools, crockery, crock pots. I love looking at all those things. I hardly pick up anything, but I love looking, window shopping, nevertheless. Always proud of myself when I don't come home with anything else. After browsing for almost an hour, it was time to get home, and Greg had already dug up the old tree. So sad to see the roots all pulled up, and he was sawing off all the branches and disposing of it, and he had already dug the hole. Eddie was happily sitting close by, and there's the hole. I guess he had received a text from his daughter asking him to dig the hole when we were on our way home. So I spread some biotone down. Eddie loves the smell of biotone, so of course he had to come close by. And as Greg was sawing away, my stepdaughter offered to plant the new peach tree. So as I mentioned, I put some biotone down, and we decided to supplement the hole with some potting mix that I had sitting under the potting bench. And we were just refilling back the hole and combining it. I later came in and mixed in the potting mix and added a little more biotone around the circumference of the tree. Previously, I had some yarrow and chamomile planted at the base of the tree, but this time I decided the chamomile was getting a little overgrown, as you can see over there, and I decided to just replant the yarrow. Hopefully they'll perk back up and I'll be able to cut on them, or it'll just be a nice kind of flowering perennial underneath the tree. I didn't want to overdo it. It only took a few minutes to plant the tree, and it was my turn to water. And within a few minutes, I noticed that the yarrow was perking up. And of course, I ended the afternoon weeding the garden, weeding my long row here, my long rose bed and hydrangea bed and fruit trees. And then it was time to end the day. So thank you so much for joining me.